Hello everyone, so I'm Kamay and this is my facilitation video. Okay, so here's what I'll be going over. First off, I'll give a brief definition of what a fallacy is, and then next it'll be my fallacy number 1, and I'll give you the thinker guide to fallacies definition on what dirty trick number 1 is, and then the example, then what the fallacy means to me, and after that will be my fallacy number 2, and as the same as number 1, I'll give a definition, an example, and then what I got out of it. And last but not least, the will be the discussion questions and the writing activities all in one. And just to be clear, the definitions aren't mine, but I got it out of Thinker's Guide. To fallacy. Okay. So now let's get started. What is a fallacy? Well, according to Thinker Guides to Fallacy, which got the definition from Oxford English Dictionary, fallacy came from the Latin word fallax, which is deception, deceptive, and valor, which means to deceive. And so a fallacy means deception, trickery, or misleading. Now my fallacy number 1 is to accuse your opponent of doing what he or she is accusing you of, or worse. So this fallacy is also known as pointing the other way. And when a manipulator is under attack and they're having trouble defending themselves, they'll start accusing their opponent of doing what they're accused of doing. And when the accuser is on defense, the manipulator can go as far as accusing the accuser of doing something worse. And the example given from the book is a couple fighting, and when one is accusing the other of not loving him or her, so the accused said, You say I don't love you, but I think it's you who don't love me. Where here you can see that the accused start accusing the accuser of the same thing he or she is accused of. Now what I think this fallacy is, it's kinda like when kids start name calling. And So my example is for example, yesterday my nephew, he saw me eating a second ice cream, and he asked if he could have another one too, and I said no. Then he called me a pig. And what I said to reply to what he said was that I know you are, but what am I? And he kept saying I'm a pig, and this went on for a couple of rounds, and then I stopped it with it takes one to know one. And then my nephew, he just told me to shut up, and he walked out of the room. And so to me, it's I know you are, but what am I? So my next fallacy is dirty trick number 2. That is, accuse him or her of sliding down a slippery slope that leads to disaster. And this is like the domino effect where event A, which is not bad, happens, and it leads to event B, which is not good or bad. Then it causes event C, which happens to be really terrible. So the example is a mother lecturing her daughter about kissing. So the mother found her daughter and the daughter's boyfriend kissing in the daughter's room. And after the boyfriend left, the mother had a talk with the daughter, which she said, kissing isn't bad, but it leads to sex. And when you have sex, there's always a chance you'll get pregnant. And when you're pregnant at your age, it'll be hard and your life will be ruined forever. There'll be no more going out with friends, no more shopping, no more parties and dances, and there'll be no more pretty new clothes. Because the daughter would have to use her money to buy milk and diapers for the baby. So now the downside to fallacy number 2 is that people, they can walk on slippery ground and not fall. So, like, number 1, this fallacy is pretty weak unless you're very good at manipulating others and wrapping the people around your fingers. To put it into even more simpler form, and simpler words, A plus B equals negative C. Now my own example of using this fallacy was on my brother. So he had really, really smelly feet because he doesn't change his socks at all. Like, at least he only changes socks at least twice a week, and his feet gets really, really smelly. So what I said to him was, your feet is really stinky. You need to change your socks more often, or when you get to high school, you're gonna get really embarrassed and bullied on because you have really stinky feet. And in high school, you have to change to PE clothes in the changing room, and in there it's really hot, and your feet, which is really smelling, it's gonna get even, like, everybody could smell in there. And if that's not bad enough, your toenails, which I'm guessing has fungus in it because he had really smelly feet, could fall off too. And this talk with him got him to change his socks more often. And every time he takes off his shoes, it doesn't smell as much, which I'm really thankful for. So next is just a discussion question and the writing activity all in one. So discussion question number 1, what would be a more effective way in convincing someone to do as you want, instead of using trick number 1 or 2? And question number 2, what do you think you can get out of using these 2 fallacies? Like, what kind of arguments can you win, if you can win at all? Like, arguments like are the big arguments, small arguments, serious arguments, family arguments, the friendly arguments. Question number 3, can you think of an argument where you use 1 or 2 can you think of an argument where you were in that you use fallacy number 1 or 2 or both, and did you win using this fallacy? Question number 4, parents like to use fallacy number 2 a lot, so have your parents or spouse use this on you, and did it convince you to do what they wanted? Last question, number 5. Can these 2 fallacies be useful at times? Explain. Or share with us a time where using these fallacies you actually win an argument. If you're still excited, like I said, I just used a bigger guide to fallacy, which was on the Google site. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed.